Couldn't tell if he was following us or not, but it was suspicious. I told Daniel about it, and he suggested that we speed up. We both started walking a little faster on the way home. Soon, we had to turn and take another sidewalk. As we did, things got even darker and quieter. The worst part is that soon we saw the man make the same turn. We continued to hear him walking a ways behind us. Now it was just us and the guy walking. Nobody else was even in sight. We kept going down the road on the way back to our houses. After several more minutes went by, we decided to check behind us again. The man was even closer than before. I was sure that I saw him looking at me as I looked back at him. Daniel and I were convinced that the guy was following us. We decided to figure out what we should do in this situation. The guy was still a ways back, but getting closer. We quietly talked about our possible options. Soon, we approached where Daniel and I would split up, and he would go to his place and I would go to mine. We decided to just run home in separate directions. The guy couldn't chase both of us, and probably wouldn't run if we did. That would be really weird. So Daniel took off and started jogging to his place. He went to the left, and I went to the right to head for mine, and I also started jogging. But to my horror, the man started jogging after me. It looked like Daniel had gotten off, but I would have to lose the man. I looked over my shoulder, and the man was now almost sprinting. I tried to speed up and run faster, but the man was keeping up with me for the most part. I then took a hard left and jumped a fence to one of my neighbor's yards. We were pretty close to my house now. It was only a couple of minutes away. After I got into my neighbor's yard, I ran around to the back and then through their backyard. I was desperate and didn't care if any of my neighbors saw me. In fact, I hoped that they would. But nobody seemed to be outside at that hour, and I went out of their backyard and into the street behind it. I actually heard the man going into the neighbor's yard, and I couldn't believe it.